I'm Jeremy.
I'm Justin.
This is our podcast, and I was thinking we should do bi-weekly, because weekly, I know you're busy.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, I might be able to do. I don't know. I would want to prioritize it.
Yeah, I would say bi-weekly would be a lot easier to meet up regularly or
Right.
more. We'll see.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do Reddit stories. We each brought some, and yeah, we're just gonna take turns sharing stories, talking about them, making jokes, talking shit, shooting the shit. Oh, this sucks because I have to turn my back.
Yeah.
You look at them. And
I want to get a zoom on that.
Yeah, I got you. All right, this comes from Reddit confessions. I justified what I did, but sometimes I still carry guilt around.
They killed someone.
I was put on a massive estate sale a few years ago and saw this woman nicking things that I was selling. I didn't know what nicking was.
I think stealing.
Yes.
Okay,
I
yeah.
had to think about it. Though.
So wait, hold on. So they had an estate sale.
Yeah, so it's like a yard sale or whatever. So
right.
This woman is stealing stuff. I went up to her and told her to knock it off. She even took things off the table she had not paid for. As she left, she had sent me $17.50 through Venmo to pay for the things she hadn't stolen. She had not... Hold on.
Hold on. Okay.
Wait, let me finish this.
That's goofy to me.
Yeah, she had not pilfered any expensive things. I don't know. I was glad she was gone. Later on, while checking my balance on Venmo, I realized she had made a mistake. She had sent me $1,750.
Hey, that's karma, baby.
She asked me to return the difference, but I didn't. At the same
fucking odd. All right.
At the time, the zing to her felt kind of good and justified, but in the shadow, guilt lurks me to this day.
I feel
this is 20 hours ago posted.
Oh, wow.
But he doesn't say. He says to this day, so we don't know how long ago.
Right, yeah, he's recounting an older story.
Yeah.
Honestly,
dude, I'm in training.
It sounds like this dude is suffering from just being a good person. Because, my thing is, this person wronged you initially. They had no intention of... Which, also, that's a weird kind of dynamic. You're watching them steal, and they're like, I'm still going to pay, though, for some of this stuff. Why are you going through with the transaction? I mean, you can't necessarily, hold her back or force her to pay, but...
Yeah.
That is just so goofy. What the fuck? I'll pay for $17 worth.
Yeah, I wonder if it was equated to be the amount that she stole. But probably not. But
yeah, probably not. Which is
she said that, or he said that she wasn't stealing expensive stuff. So who knows?
Right, yeah. But, I think for me though, it would be the principle of it.
Yeah,
and especially it's one thing to steal from someone, but they see you, they call it out. And then you're just yeah, whatever. I am going to pay for this, though.
Yeah,
that's such a fuck
goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the comments were saying, I think one of the first one's that's karma. Yeah, she made her own karma. That's the thing. A lot of that. But I guess it happened a while ago, he was saying to this day. But if that happened to me, I would hold on to the money for a little while, just in case she tried to take me to claims court or something. So I don't know how that shit works. But.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I saw another story that was pretty similar to that. This one, the circumstances around it were a little different. So this guy, he was part of a youth group, or he was involved in the church, and his pastor had I'm kind of butchering the story, but they had some church function going on. There was a fundraiser, and he ended up sending $9,000 to this person who goes to the church, and he was it might have been an "Am I the asshole" type post because he was considering keeping it, and people in the comments were just objectively saying technically you could keep it, legally, it's on the obligation of the sender to send it to the correct address.
Yeah, I wonder.
But then they say spiritually.
Right, yeah. Sure. I'm just thinking of what if you could actually get in any trouble like that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Some people are also saying that it could be a scam. You know how people accidentally send you money and be send me this back, and it's well, the first one never went through.
Right.
Some shit like that.
Yeah. You know? I'd be fucking pissed. I've never the Nigerian prince scam.
Someone mentioned that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no one. I've never encountered that. I've received emails about stuff like that, but I've never.
Did I get fake text recently about Easy Pass stuff, dude.
Dude,
And they look.
okay.
Some of them look really.
I actually have some outstanding tolls. So when I saw it, I was like, "Fuck."
I know. And then if you Google it, like, they will never text you.
What do you mean?
Easy Pass or the MPA will never send you text.
Yeah. They like mail directly.
Yeah, some of them look fucking real though. Like the text.
Yeah,
they look official. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You want to go?
They're probably using AI. Like at this point, if they're not, you guys got to get on that. This one's a doozy. All right. It's a pretty long post.
Okay. How long?
I'll read quick. So like I said, it's from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for kicking a pregnant woman out of her seat? need the background. Okay, so this happened a few hours ago, and I've only just calmed down because I hate conflict. Basically, I was doing a long travel day, about 5 hours, so I booked my train in advance to ensure that I had a reserved seat. When I get on the train, a woman is in my seat, so I politely inform her that I think that's my seat, show her my ticket, and ask her to move. She checks her ticket and just says, "Well, I must have sit in the wrong seat," and puts her head down. I say, "Yeah, it sounds like you did. That's my seat, though. Can I please sit in it?" At this point, her partner sitting opposite her starts speaking at me in what I perceive to be an aggressive tone. That was like a weird robotic thing to say. What I perceive to be an aggressive tone. Like, I imagine the dude's like, "Fuck you." She's sitting there and he's like, "Oh, that's aggressive."
We'll see.
He suggests I find another seat, which there are none because it's busy. And I say, "But I booked that seat and there are no other available seats in the carriage." He then raises his voice and says, "Well, someone else is in our seats and that his missus is pregnant." I say I understand and that I have a heart defect, which I do, and said everyone has their own medical issues and reasons standing for too long might be difficult. And here I could be the asshole. I ask him to not speak to me in an aggressive tone. I feel like he's like from the UK or something. I'm the asshole. Please don't use that tone with me.
They say carriage. I mean, so maybe.
Yeah.
Well, like trains in general is definitely more European thing.
Right.
Well, like, if you lived in New York or
Boston, yeah. But I feel like they would have said like subway or.
That's true.
And here I could be the asshole. I ask him not to speak to me in an aggressive tone and that I will make a complaint. He then starts swearing at me and I ask him to stop. Eventually the woman gets up and allows me to sit there, and he continues to berate me, saying he hopes I feel good for myself and that I'm quiet now that I have my seat, when I really just stopped engaging as I felt there was no point. One of the men who sat beside him offers that him and his partner sit in the seats opposite me, at which point he sits his partner down and then laughs at me and points in my face. Eventually, when the ticket inspector comes around and they're asked to move to their assigned seats, and she asks if I'm okay as another passenger had made a complaint on my behalf. Even so, was I the asshole? Should I have just left them alone as she was pregnant? And did I in any way escalate the situation? Similar to the last story.
Did he say that he raised his voice in the beginning? Or was that the other guy?
Yeah, it seems like he was pretty timid the whole time. Like,
okay.
He was just kind of going off of...
I don't think he's the asshole.
I definitely do not think so.
No, yeah.
And like, I think this is similarly to the other story. It's a situation where someone is just like suffering from being a good person. Because like, I understand the inconvenience.
Oh, like feeling like guilty about asking.
Yeah.
I definitely get that. It is not something you have to do every day to ask a pregnant woman to move.
Right.
Like, hey, sorry. But like,
yeah.
she has, but like, it's not like she didn't have somewhere to sit also.
And also, that's my main issue with this whole thing. Like, people take seats. Like, if you go to like the movies or like a sporting event, people will just like seat hop, right? And it's usually just like, hey, you're in my seat. Oh, okay, cool, whatever, right? My thing is, why the fuck did they not do that to their original seats? Like, they're understandably upset that like someone's in their seat. Now they have to go and like take someone else's seats. But like, solve the problem and kick someone out of your seat.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's weird to be like, no, we're taking your seat because someone took ours. Like, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
You're in my seat.
No, this only happened to me one time that I can think of. Like, this was like last year, and I was going to the movies with like, it was like Shane Jordan and his girlfriend at the time, Katie. And
you guys will hear more about them, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Lore.
It was like for Oppenheimer, I'm pretty sure. And it was like and it doesn't matter. Like, assigned seats in a movie theater don't matter until it's like packed. And this movie was like maybe a week out or a week old out in theaters, right? So like, there was going to be people, and it was in a big theater, and at least more than half the theater was filled. So you had we had to ask people to get out of our seats. It was that's the only time that's ever happened, but it wasn't a problem. Like
I feel like probably I would say 6 or 7. That's kind of high.
Times that you can think of.
Well, I think like just about half of the Orioles games that Sarah and I will go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm like, dude, you guys are in our seat. Like,
I can definitely see that happen because there are some games where there's nobody at the stadium.
Right, and that's why I don't think it's a big deal because like, one, I've done it before. Like, I've just been like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here, and if someone shows up, but that's the thing. Like, when I sit in someone's seat, this is really funny. I was listening to a different podcast the other day. And they use this, not to get political, but they use this argument as like, I guess like a metaphor for immigration, like illegal immigration. But like, if I sit in someone else's seat that I did not pay for, in like a sporting event, a movie, whatever, if they ask me for their seat, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to create excuses. You got me, man. I'm not supposed to be in this seat.
I got it. Okay.
How about those Orioles, though? No, I'm just kidding. I don't talk sports.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So initially we were going to do, or I had the idea that we were going to do an episode on skate-related stories. And I don't know if you had any luck finding any.
Yeah, it was difficult.
I did not. I found one. I thought I found two, but I found one that I added.
I found a lot of longboarding ones, but not.
So that's funny you say that. Okay, so this one's from Skateboard Help. I'm an idiot and bought the wrong board.
Ah, man.
I randomly decided to learn skateboarding at 28. Shout out, 28.
Ooh, nice, yeah.
I'm 28. Just for fun and to get myself doing some kind of sport or outdoor activity, I went to the skate shop with zero clue about boards, in parentheses, huge stupid mistake, I know, and ended up picking a land yacht because it just felt right for my size. Quotations or parentheses, I'm a small girl. Fast forward to me binge watching skate videos and suddenly it hits me. My board looks different.
Okay, hold on. Has this person never seen a skateboard before?
Hold on.
Okay.
Turns out I bought a cruiser instead of a regular skateboard. Now I'm kind of mad at myself because I dropped over $200 on the wrong board, which apparently isn't great for tricks. I'm not trying to become Tony Hawk, but I do want to learn some tricks, and now I feel stuck with the board that's not made for that, but I'm skating like a grandma, so I guess I should stick to it until I get better, and then get the popsicle board. Send words of encouragement, please.
Yeah, I think it's a good, like, I guess, training avenue, like, get balance, get board feel.
I will say, when you're first starting out, just getting comfortable on any type of board, a longboard is going to feel better because you can turn easier.
That's the thing.
And you go faster. The wheels are larger and they're smoother, and you don't have to worry about cracks, and like a lot better for learning how to ride. Yeah.
And I think of it like if it's like an RPG, right? Like you can spec something or like a character out to have certain attributes.
You have to start with riding. That's like the base skill.
Yeah. And like I feel like longboards are just entirely riding because like you can do tricks, but it's like
it's totally
slides
different.
And right. There's no like popping, flicking, anything like that.
Not usually, no.
Right.
But on a cruiser board, it's interesting. I'm envisioning like an old like 80s looking kind of style board.
Yeah.
Because that's land yachts do make. Yeah. It's funny she said popsicle board. I know what she means.
Said that, I was like, dude, what?
I know what she means, though.
I get
like
it.
The shape of a skate deck rather than a longboard.
I just want to know who her like influences are in skating.
Tony Hawk, apparently. She says she's 28, so she,
It's not that old, though.
No.
I mean, it's kind of old.
But it's like you grow up, like everyone knows who Tony Hawk is, even if you didn't grow up. So she was born in like 97 because this was 5 days ago. So this is current.
Oh, you're getting recent posts.
It's just like what came up when I was looking at stuff. But,
nice.
So yeah.
I don't think. I mean,
well, she said she started watching a lot of skateboard videos too.
But that's
so who knows? It could be like Braille or something.
Yeah.
Which
that also gets me because it's like you're watching skate videos. And then you bought a longboard. Like
that is funny. Also, when you go to a skate shop. You can ask them, be like, hey,
right? Yeah.
never skateboarded before,
Right.
but I want to skate. When you say skateboard, they will hook you up with a skateboard. If you said longboard.
And I think they would, like, if they're good at what they do, like, they would really try to seek, like, what is it that you are trying to do? Like, you just want to ride, you want to do tricks, you know? And I feel like they'd...
Yeah, because if you just want to ride, I would also be like, get a longboard.
Right, yeah.
It's a,
which, to be fair, she
might
have said that. She might have been like, you know, I just want to start riding.
Maybe.
Why did my mind go dirty?
All right. But I will. One last thing though, it does suck for spending because skateboards can be expensive in general. Longboards can get really fucking expensive. I think they're overpriced.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, the materials like they use more wood.
Yeah.
Like the boards are typically longer.
Right.
Like,
is that how they got their name?
Longboards? Probably. I mean, dude, look how big that one is right there.
Yeah, that's insane.
That is a longboard. Look.
That's like a toddler. That's taller than a toddler. Actually.
Yeah. All right, you go for it.
I feel like I remember this one being kind of funny. It's also really fucking long. I like the long ones.
The long one, the last one you said was long. I don't think it was that long.
It wasn't?
I don't think so.
Okay. I felt like I was reading forever.
Sometimes I'll click on a post and it'll be like endless paragraphs and I'm like, I'm not using this.
Yeah. That's kind of this one, but I mean they're like shorter paragraphs, but all right. This one comes again from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for yelling at my friends and leaving dinner after they all made fun of me and gave me a gay intervention?
I didn't mean to laugh that hard. That's fucking funny.
I, 21 female, went out to dinner with 5 friends, 1 guy, 4 girls. For context, I look very masculine. Short hair, deep voice, no makeup, masculine style, etc. Sometimes I get mistaken for a man. Usually if it's by someone I'm never going to see again, i.e. cashier, waiter, I don't really care to correct them. My friends and I were having dinner at a nice fancy place, and the waiter came to our table and mistook me for a man. One of my friends responds, "Oh, she's not a man, she's just a lesbian." Everyone laughs, and the waiter apologized. After he left, I asked my friend, "Why did you say that?" I never said or indicated in any way that I'm a lesbian, because I'm not. I've never had a boyfriend, but that's because I'm not interested in a romantic relationship. But we've talked about male celebrities we find attractive. I thought it was clear I was straight. My friend rolled her eyes at my question and said, "Oh, come on. We all know you're a lesbian." I was shocked. More friends jumped in and said, "Yeah, you don't have to lie to us." I wasn't lying. They started making jokes about me dressing like a lesbian, hiding my sexuality, being in a glass closet. Everyone knows.
A glass closet's crazy. It's like we fucking see right through it. That's
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, that's a funny.
It's 2025. No one cares. It all seemed like it wasn't a joke, and they actually believed it. One of my friends, Eva, even joked, "You were obviously in love with Ines." I don't know how to pronounce that. Ines? It's a weird name. We're going to change that to April. "You were obviously in love with April." I showed genuine shock at this remark, and she reassured me, "It's okay. We all don't mind if you're gay." April was an on-and-off childhood friend of mine, and our friendship ended badly a few months ago. I was very upset by it and confided in my friends. I never thought they would use it against me.
Oh shit, hold on,
I told them firmly that I'm not a lesbian, this isn't funny, and I was not in love with April. Forgot her name. Once they saw I was being serious about this, their tone and attitude became less jokey. They started lecturing me on self-acceptance, being in denial, internalized homophobia. I'm not homophobic. Heteronormativity, compulsory heterosexuality. It was like some sort of gay intervention. I found it absolutely ridiculous. I yelled at them for being bad friends because I couldn't even dress how I want to, or talk to them about my troubles, and I left the restaurant. It's the morning after, and I have serious regret. I don't know what to say to them and what to do. Am I the asshole?
No, not at all.
I think it's like kind of fucked up of their friends to like it's one thing to like mischaracterize and be like, "Oh, I thought you were gay." Like whatever.
People make whether you mean to or not. People make assumptions about other people all the time. But when you address them and they say that's not true, it's not on you to tell them how. You can't define someone else's sexuality. Only they can.
This person must have looked very butch or something, because like that's such a crazy concept. Like, imagine the conversation going down like, "Oh, you're gay." "No, I'm not gay." No, you're gay. You don't have to, like that. Dude, I'd be pissed off because
dude, that's just fucking my middle school experience, bro. That's what that is.
I thought you were too.
Crazy.
I mean, we did have that one time. Cut that.
Pause.
But yeah, I feel like I just feel like they're shitty friends. Like,
yeah, it's one thing it's the fact that they wouldn't drop it or move on from it.
Yeah. And like,
you can like ask questions or whatever if they're open to talking about it. But yeah, you can't like put your own gay agenda on someone else. Yeah. Like, that's so weird.
And I also feel like they weren't doing it from like an inclusion kind of standpoint. Like, I feel like they kind of want something to like joke about. Because like the waiter comes to the table, like,
yeah,
sir, what do you want? Whatever. And she's like, oh, I'm a woman. They're like, oh, she's just a lesbian. Like, yeah, she gets it all the time.
That's so crazy to say.
It's like, dude,
especially if you've never talked about it before.
Yeah.
All of it. Definitely.
Yeah, they're just shitty friends.
Your friends fucking suck.
Yeah, you should kill them. No,
you should. What's the word I'm looking for? You should gaslight them into thinking that they're gay. I don't know how to do it, but
yeah,
that's a good.
Do like some mentalist tricks.
Yeah, but also, what did she say that she also just like wasn't into like dating or like?
Yeah. It just seemed like she didn't have like
which is
that
normal.
kind of desire.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I had to deal with that. Yeah. That's oh, also for people who don't read Reddit, you might hear us refer to the person writing the post as OP. It just means original poster. I actually didn't know that until like last night because I don't use Reddit. I just listen to podcasts.
Yeah, Reddit
and
is like
figured out obvious. Like I knew what they were like inferring, but I didn't know what OP stood for.
Right. Yeah.
But it seems very obvious now.
Yeah, I feel like Reddit has it's kind of like its own
lingo
universe. Yeah, it has its own lingo and things.
The way you have to like search for things is also a little weird.
What do you mean?
I mean, you can just type in whatever, but like r/.
Oh yeah, like an actual subreddit.
Yeah. So this comes from Reddit Confessions, and it's titled, "I used to get unusual punishments as a kid, and now I'm not sure how to confront my parents."
This is giving Catholic Church vibes.
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
So I, male, 19, used to get punishments a lot when I was a kid for very small things. Both my parents were in the Navy and met in the Navy. I do have memories of being 2. My father wouldn't get mad as much as he did, but as I got older, I got punishments more and more for smaller things. My mother never wanted to punish me, so she would tell my father to.
That's kind of in the realm of parenting. I feel like that's a fucked up dynamic because it's
an old head thing, like an old generation thing.
Yeah, but it makes it seem like it creates an environment where like you're just afraid of your dad. You're like, oh, I love my mom. She doesn't do anything bad to me.
Like I said, that's an old generation thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's fucked.
He ate some cough drops. Now I have to go outside as he sprays me with the water hose. And I got to do 30 in the mud while he spanks me. I don't know what he means by 30.
That's kind of kinky, dude.
I'm thinking like push-ups or it
probably.
could be burpees or jumping jacks.
But like spanking him during it?
Yeah.
What?
And I got to do 30 in the mud while he spanks me. Trip and fall. You'll be getting a 20-minute lecture. Crazy.
If you trip and fall?
Yeah. As my 3 younger siblings were born and grew up, they never got punishments like me. I was doing planks, squats, and running around a track till I threw up, while they got pinched if they talked back sometimes, even getting away with it. But I never thought anything of it. Recently, I was diagnosed with a lot of mental disorders. PTSD, schizophrenia, anxiety, depression, and ADHD. My girlfriend is a little upset that I haven't tried to fix something with them with the past years I've been with them as a teen. I tried to tell her parents that it's hard. I tried to tell her that it's hard because fear is basically wired in me when it comes to my parents, and I'm not sure what to do. Even now, I still get yelled at and called lazy, even though I have 2 jobs, clean the house, and cook lunch, dinner, and breakfast for the family, as well as going to college for culinary because that is my passion. It's a lot.
What was this subreddit again?
Confessions.
Confessions, okay.
Yeah. It must not be something that he's told a lot of people about. Besides his girlfriend.
Dude, that's wild. There's
it's definitely
a lot there.
It's definitely abuse. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mental and physical abuse, yeah.
I think that's like, I don't know, people who've been in the military, we've talked about this because of my job, but like, they have very interesting. Like I think the military needs to stay in the military.
Yeah.
Like once you're out of the military, if you are in a leadership role at a job, you should not lead like it's the military. If you're a parent, you should not lead like you're their drill sergeant.
Right. So growing up, my dad was in the Navy, and his I don't know actually, but I know plenty of people who are out of the military that I'm friends with or family friends, and it's very true. I don't know if you've heard this, but like you can take the man out of the military, but you can't. They specifically say
about seamen, right? Can't take.
They say it. There's a saying for each branch, or whatever. A mentality that's just you're stuck with for the rest of your life. Some, depending on their experiences. I mean, everyone's different. Like my one friend, I'm not going to say who, but his dad was in the Army, and he had like some PTSD stuff, and he was very hard on him, my friend, and their brother. But like, I mean, they're all good now, and it's fine, and they grew up to be good people. But I mean, yeah, some of the things that he's told me is like crazy. But my dad's never abused me. I just want to say that. Well, yeah,
I don't have a dad to abuse me, so
crazy. I'll do it for you.
All right, Daddy.
No, so my dad was in the Navy, and I mean, he's had me like and the only thing I can compare to this is he would have me in the push-up position. Not very often that he would do it, but it was for like.
I need more details.
So I would be in like just like the upright push-up position.
What as like a hold it for? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a punishment. He had literally, I can only think of like maybe 3 instances where I feel like do that.
Dude, it's so weird. Like, because if you really think about the complexities of that, right? That things like that should only be used in like a military setting. Because why would you have someone do a workout as a punishment? Like,
but it's the same point as any punishment. So that the punishment has to suck so much that you never do it again.
But like, if it's in a military standpoint, it's like you did something wrong. Now you're getting stronger. Okay, cool.
I mean, you could argue that
in civilian life, it's like
you could still argue that does make you stronger.
It does, yeah. I think like physically, like you're doing a workout, yeah. But like in the military, it has a purpose. It's like you're getting punished, but you're also getting strong. In the civilian life, it's like, why the fuck am I doing a workout right now? Yeah. Like, that's so weird.
I would say there's definitely there's a threshold to it. This is OD. Like, this is way over the line.
Yeah. For sure. And like, it also just sounds like their parents enjoyed disciplining. Because like, he tripped and fell. Isn't him tripping and falling the lesson in itself? Just watch where you're walking. Like, why does that need a like follow up?
Yeah, 20-minute lecture for that. That is kind of crazy. So, yeah, you were saying that the mom going to the dad to set the punishment or whatever. That's definitely an older generation thing. I would definitely say, like in the 70s, 80s, like you wait till your dad gets home.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I feel that. Yeah.
My mom probably has pulled that once or twice, or said something like that once or twice when I was like younger. I
feel like that's like one of those like traditional kind of like, I don't know, dad's the enforcer, and so I guess that does kind of make sense. Yeah, I didn't think of it in like that capacity.
It's definitely like old fashioned.
Yeah.
Like you don't see that.
How do you feel about that? Like
what?
Well, you don't want kids, do you?
No, that's the last thing on my mind. I mean, before I have kids, I want to be like, I want to travel the entire world. So, So it's I have a lot to look or a lot to go before I even think about kids.
Yeah. I feel that. I think I do. Well, no, I definitely do, and I think like being in a leadership role, like a supervisor or a manager, I imagine it's kind of like parenting, just because of like when I was a supervisor, all of the things I had to deal with, I'm like, dude, I'm dealing with like 60 grown children.
That's true. Yeah,
and like,
dude, especially at a warehouse though, it sucks because nobody wants to be there. Whereas like some jobs are like fun, or like at least there are like some upsides.
A job like that, it's like there's so much hand holding and
Do you want to go on to the next one?
Yes.
Keep things moving.
This one again from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for not skipping a work trip because my husband is recovering from a hair transplant? My husband flew overseas for a hair transplant. We have 2 children under 7. I work full-time in a stressful corporate role. He never plans or researches in advance. I'm supposed to go on a work trip for 2 days to a 2-day work planning retreat. It is important exposure. He will be post-op for 3 days by the time I leave. Last night he texted me that he needed me to cancel my trip because he is recovering from surgery. I need to put him first. And he's going to be beyond mad if I do this to him. And do not put... Okay, hold on. They fucked us off.
Dude, that's how my last one was tripping me up because the grammar was just not there.
Yeah. Do not put me first the one time I'm asking. So I guess he's like, if you don't put me first, I'm gonna be pissed off. And if I go, he won't take the kids to school. That's crazy.
That's so whack.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
His head may be sore and bald, but should not impede a pickup and drop off. I like the little shade you threw in there.
Yeah.
My trip has been planned for about 6 months. His main gripe is that he will be seen so close to surgery. He did not need to choose this date, and up until yesterday, this was the plan. He told me my trip is stupid. I put everyone first, but I don't think I need to stay home and miss something so important for this, and I also think it's selfish to be saying this to me. I'm always impacted by his last-minute changes and impulses. I'm supportive of doing something that makes him feel better about himself, but why should I miss this last minute? Am I being selfish, or is he being selfish? I think...
Wait, why does she need... So he's asking her to, go with him?
He's asking her to stay home.
For his recovery?
Yeah, I guess to, help out.
But still... I don't... Dude, okay, so I know... you've seen pictures of people, with...
yeah, I don't think...
it looks fucked up.
What if he got, a whole new scalp, though?
No.
Scalp transplant?
No. I can't imagine what recovery is like. I would like to look into that for myself.
Well, my thing is, you're flying overseas to get this procedure. It gets done. And then you're flying back. Which, anecdotally, a lot of these procedures are done in, Turkey.
Yes.
And shit like that.
Yes.
So it's it's not a 6-hour flight. Or it might be. I actually don't know. But either way, it's not a 3-4 hour flight. You're not just flying across the country. You're flying across the world. So, you're able to do that. I don't know. It just comes off. Because
I can't imagine, I don't know if, you're expected to feel, sick or something like that. Because, you know what I mean?
There's probably a lot of, soreness.
Well, for sure. But you can still, make food for yourself.
Right. And they give you painkillers. They're not going to fucking cut you open and then be like...
It depends. Because if you can't really, you may not be able to get prescriptions overseas if you're not a resident. I don't know.
There's no infrastructure over there. It's just, hey, I need drugs.
But it could be under the table, at their own pharmacist. Who knows?
Dude, I heard this other story. This chick went with 2 or 3 of her friends to, I think it was also Turkey, to get a gastric bypass. A couple months after, she goes to the hospital. She's like, "Oh, I have stomach pain, whatever."
Oh,
they took her kidney.
Up. Oh my god!
And her 2 friends as well. All their kidneys were gone. They had 1. So there's no regulation.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, love you, Turkey.
No one from Turkey's fucking watching this.
That'd be crazy. We have 1 viewer, and they're just like, "What the fuck, dude?"
No, I would assume that at worst, just stay in bed, don't go to work. Yeah. I think. And, in worst case scenario, you have to get up and make some fucking soup. You can do that. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's, honestly, they might not even, they might just not want this person to go on this trip.
Yeah.
And they're, finding some excuse to be like, "Oh, stay home with me."
This is, true. This is, from Am I the Asshole, right?
Yeah.
Definitely not the asshole.
Not the asshole at all. He's a shitty husband. Honestly.
He's the asshole. Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like he's not even just the asshole. He's just a shitty husband.
Right.
It sounds like he's got an unprecedented level of selfishness.
Yeah. What was she saying? She was like, "I wonder if he thinks my job's not important or something like that." I wonder what she does for work.
She's something stressful and corporate.
Oh, does sound stupid, to be fair. Anything corporate is stupid.
Yeah, but it's probably some network.
But I'm not saying it's not important. Keep your job. Don't stay home and risk getting fired for some not good enough reason.
Or even if it's an opportunity for her to advance her career.
Yeah.
If that's what she wants to do.
It's a work trip,
My thing is though, what? She could just be like, "Oh, I just want to go to the park." Why is he not supporting her in that? Especially when it's something pre-planned and he's seemingly going overseas out of nowhere for this trip. He's definitely the asshole, but
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of gaslighting.
Well, that sucks. I'm not sure what I would recommend in that situation besides hope you went on your trip.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say.
See a therapist, you know.
Do you know how long ago that one was?
That one, 11 hours ago.
Shit. Well,
That's pretty fucking new.
Go on your trip. Doubt you will watch this.
Comment. If he could fly home overseas, he's fine.
Yeah, that's what you were kind of thinking, yeah. Okay, so I have...
This person said, my plane back from Turkey was about 50% full of hair transplanters. I'm sorry, I fucked that up. I got a text at the same time. It was 50% full of hair transplant trippers.
Oh, yeah.
I said transplanters.
Yeah. So this is my last one. I do have one more that I would want to look up if you haven't heard of it. Are you familiar with the poop knife story?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you hadn't.
I love that.
Yeah. Have you heard about the one about this guy fucking a coconut?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then this will probably be my last one then.
Left that under his bed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this will probably be my last one. Because I only saved 4.
Room time.
That's crispy.
That was crispy, yeah.
So this comes from Reddit Confessions again. Don't read it for me.
Surprise.
I feel like Confessions always has like some juicy shit.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm a corporate intern and I always get boner. It's so funny. He says I always get boner, not boners. I always get boner.
I always get boner
from boner during meetings. Okay, every single time I'm in a meeting, I always get a boner. And I'm not... Hold on, I need to... My face is... Okay. And, like, I'm not turned on by anything. I'm not thinking of sex or anything like that. It just happens. Not only that, but it stays for a while. Like, I'm talking 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes it goes...
Sounds like arousal.
I'm sorry, yeah, I'm a child. Reading this is making me fucking... I don't know
This guy's got a fucking boner.
Fuck, I gotta get it together.
I'm hard right now.
Alright. Gotta get it together, man. Sometimes it goes back down and comes back up too, but seriously, why is this happening to me? I hate it because sometimes it's visible and I really don't want to get a sexual harassment complaint because it's just poking my pants. I do not need HR in this. I do tend to get sleepy during meetings and slowly start to nod off and kind of wake myself up when my head starts falling. So is it like the equivalent of morning wood?
I think this guy has a kink that he's not fully aware of.
Does it say how old he is? It does not say how old he is. He's a intern, so he's probably younger.
Yeah, like college, just leaving college.
Yeah.
So realistically, I think it's like probably a blood flow thing. Because I can think back to a lot of times when I was in high school.
Dude,
all the perverts out there getting excited, man.
Yeah, I'd be in math, man. Like, man, I must really love math.
Yeah. You know, it's just like...
Jeremy, go to the board, do this question.
Give me 5 minutes.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, I think it's like a blood flow thing. Like, you're sitting down long enough. Maybe, like, the level of tired does have something to do with it, too.
Right. So, I had to scroll down to get through some of the comments, because a lot of them are just fucking...
And also, like, are these not virtual meetings? Because he's saying, like, they're visible. Like...
Maybe he has to, like, stand up. Sometimes at corporate stuff, interns have to stand. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like a hazing thing.
Oh, well, no, he said he might be falling asleep, so his head will start to fall. So he's definitely sitting down. Who knows? But even still, it could be virtual, but I feel like he wouldn't mention that. So let's just assume it's in person.
Yeah. That's even worse. I feel like it's worse that you're falling asleep during a meeting, because that's more visible.
Somebody commented that. It's like, hey, don't fall asleep at a meeting.
Right.
But, yeah, a lot of comments were just making jokes. It's like, no boner benefits, boner fits. One just says boner French, boner. Lay boner.
La boner.
UFC fighter Stephen Boner.
Shout out.
Bone to the yeah, boner. So just a lot of no one helping this guy. So I had to keep scrolling too.
A lot of wood talk.
Someone said flex your leg muscles and keep it flexed until it goes down. Always works for a norb. Oh, and then no obvious reason boner. Okay. That's funny.
They happen.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's something that not a lot of women know. Because I've been asked by girls before, like,
maybe, but I feel like you probably hear about it sooner or later, like as you're older, you know.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, like some girls that I've dated when I was like 21, 22, they're like, wow, does it just do that randomly? I'm like,
yeah,
well, you're naked right now, but yes,
right.
usually.
Okay, so this is probably what sums it up best. Fear-erection. It's a good word. It's a good word for it. I like this. Arousal doesn't have to be sexual. The nerves of it happening in the meeting probably give you some anxiety. The sleepiness is a combo maybe. Someone commented on that or replied to that, said, "Yep, it's called arousal non-concordance. Your body can react one way, thanks nervous system, even if your brain's not on board. Fear plus anxiety plus drowsiness equals a cocktail for weird timing. Biology really said now's good in the worst possible moments."
Damn.
So we learned something new.
Yeah, all right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
A fear. I don't think I've ever had a fear erection. Have you?
I don't know because I never had. I just think about like high school mostly. Like being in class.
Yeah.
But I do have like some social anxiety. But like if the teacher's teaching and I'm just sitting there.
Yeah.
But I was always tired too. So I'm sure like.
I think the tiredness.
Everything.
Yeah.
Just like you're going through puberty and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you have another one?
Yes.
All right.
Let's see what we're working with here.
Damn, should I get another drink for this last Reddit story?
I think you should.
Yes, because we are going to talk about some stuff after.
Yes. All right, guys. Jeremy has left the room, so the real podcast starts. All right? All those sleeper agents out there, activate right now. He's going to find that later. Dude, this microphone is great. I think Jeremy's roommate is home, which I wasn't aware of. But I hear them talk. Oh, there he is. Hey! We were discussing world domination in your absence.
Just you in the audience?
Yeah. All right.
Justin for Dictator 2026. Honestly,
Dictator.
I'm cool with it.
I'd be a benevolent
dictator. There's like, you get it, goth girl. You get it, goth girl. Like, you got my vote.
Dude, that's,
I know.
That noise, man, gets me. All right. This is from Relationship Advice, posted 3 days ago, so it's pretty recent. How do I, 27 male, tell my friend, 27 male, that he'll never date an influencer-like girl? He'll never date an influencer-like girl.
Yeah. I would say better that you don't. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of... Well,
it depends, but there's a stigma around influencers, you know?
Yeah, like OnlyFans stuff. Shout out Sarah, my girlfriend. She texted me, said love you. Sorry.
Cool, back to the Reddit stories.
Hi, everyone. This is a sensitive topic, and I want to approach it as respectfully and compassionately as possible. I, 27 male, have a friend, also 27 male, whom I've known since our freshman year of college. He's never really dated, at least not that I'm aware of, and he never seemed particularly interested in pursuing anyone seriously. He'd occasionally mention girls, but it was always in a vague or surface-level way. 2 years ago, I broke up with my long-term girlfriend and re-entered the dating world. That's been a whole journey of its own, but that's another story. Since then, he started talking more about dating and women. I think he now feels like we're in the same boat, and honestly, I'm glad he's opening up more. Here's where I'm struggling. My friend is an amazing person, funny, smart, thoughtful, a great cook, and he has a solid job. But on a purely superficial level, he's not conventionally attractive. Some people might even consider him ugly. When we were younger, that kind of thing might have mattered more. But now that I'm dating again, I've realized how much broader and more complex attraction can be at our age. There are so many different kinds of beauty, and what I find attractive has definitely evolved since I was 18. Unfortunately, my friend doesn't seem to see it that way. He only seems interested in women who look like Instagram influencers, very stereotypically hot. And being brutally honest, those types of women are typically looking for guys who match their aesthetic, and he just doesn't fit that mold. It's starting to really hurt his self-esteem. Not dating is making him feel like he's worthless. I've tried to gently steer him toward more realistic and fulfilling possibilities. For example, a friend of a friend often compliments his cooking. I suggested he ask her over for a homemade dinner sometime, and his response was, she's ugly. That really bothered me. At our age, I feel like we should be past this superficial mindset and actually see people for who they are. I don't want to shame him or be cruel, but I also don't want to sit back and watch him spiral because he's chasing an ideal that isn't going to happen. He's not going to date or hook up with a supermodel type. That's just the reality, and it's okay. There's someone out there for him, someone who will love him for who he is, but he's blocking those possibilities because of how narrow his idea of attraction is. How can I talk to him about this without sounding condescending or mean? I want to help him see his own worth without reinforcing unrealistic standards. Any advice would be appreciated.
It's interesting because if my expectations from out of a girl or relationship or whatever, a potential partner, the way that our friendship is, if I ever said something like out of line or like ridiculous, you would definitely be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So it makes me wonder how tight these two are. So they may not be super close, or maybe they be.
That's a good point.
We've also known each other since I was probably like 13, probably.
Yeah.
So like, we know each other for a minute. So maybe they haven't known each other for like 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, that is a good point. I think it's weird.
Not 20 years. I'm not 33. Fucking. Fucking. Oh, well, like over a decade. Yeah. I wasn't doing math. I was just saying stuff.
Feels like 20 years.
Yeah.
No, I think it's weird to me, like, his view, like, it almost sounds like he's just not being very, like, productive in his, like, view of dating. Because I think, like, a mindset that I've always had is, now, obviously I have standards and I had boundaries, but, like, especially when you're just getting into, like, dating, any experience is good experience. So it's just unrealistic to be like, no, I'm going to fucking be with Dua Lipa. I'm not dating any of these women.
Yeah, he said that he's never really dated before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no.
So it's like he's turning down.
Going from 0 to 100.
Yeah. Like,
and if you're not conventionally, you got to find someone that matches your vibe or whatever.
But also, like, so that part I feel like it's kind of fucked up on his friend's part because that doesn't matter. Like, there's someone out there for everyone. Like, there are girls who are fucking 10 out of 10, and they want to be with twos.
I will
things they find attractive are different.
I will say, specifically, looking for a girl like looking for a very certain type. Your options are very limited.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas in general, girls have way more options nowadays than ever.
Especially
influencers. They probably want a. They're going to find exactly who they want.
Dude, it sounds like
someone,
At the end of the day, this dude is just another DM in her full fucking box.
It is kind of giving off a little incel vibes, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. But, like, self-imposed. Because he's just, like, creating his own prison. He's like, I'm not going to talk to the girls that are around me that probably are attractive, but he's just like, no, I want supermodels.
Yeah, no, I'm interested in that one girl that said that, he makes good food or whatever, or cooks well, and he was like, nah, she's ugly. Like, I wonder, like, you're not conventionally attractive, so who are you?
Right,
like, maybe you're fucking ugly, we don't know.
That's why I was saying, like, it really is just about experience. Like, if you're someone who hasn't done a lot of dating, just do it. Like, because honestly, like, a lot of those situations are the same. Like, dates have the same kind of, like, framework, but if you're not familiar with it, say he does go on a date with an Instagram influencer, she's gonna be like, this dude's fucking weird.
No dating experience. like, you're gonna be so, like, awkward and God forbid you end up just getting into bed with a girl like who has like a ton of experience. And like
like, I think there is also like some necessary like initial awkwardness on dates and things like that.
Sure.
But like part of the experience that comes with dating is realizing that it is normal and it's okay.
Yeah.
Because, like, he might be the type to be like, oh, this is awkward. Like, I should do this. And it's like, oh, now you just look stupid. You know?
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he'll just not know what to do.
Right, yeah. Dude, thank you for having me here, man. I feel like the Joe Rogan Experience is such a big podcast. It's nice to... Oh, wait.
Yeah, I was going to do a Joe Rogan impression, but I didn't know what to do. Like, I just shot this fucking elk the other day, and I'm rock hard. I just ate so much elk meat.
Dude, I feel like that literally is Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Like, hunting aliens.
There was someone who did a Joe Rogan impersonation on Kill Tony a little while ago. It was pretty funny. He came out, like, with a shitty bow and arrow, like, and he was eating like a package from a package that said like elk and like just like all the typical Joe Rogan stuff.
Was Joe Rogan one of the?
Oh, he was. He was on the panel.
Dude, that's sick.
I don't really know how you. So he was asking, how do I go about getting through to my friend?
Yeah.
We didn't address that. We talked about everything else about that.
I think, honestly, I don't think it's really his burden to like address it. I think if he wants to be a good friend, then he needs to just be like,
just straightforward.
Yeah.
There's no like, if you think he's going to be like take offense,
right?
Fucking, it's kind of it's like he kind of sounds kind of incel-ish. Like
yeah.
You don't have to be super. I mean, don't be a dick, but
exactly like mentioning level of attraction.
Yeah, just be straightforward. If he gets offended, that's on him.
Yeah, and like you can explain it from a good area. Like, I understand you want to be with these girls, but like
keep your options open.
Yeah, and like
you have no experience dating.
Even if that looks like him just like getting experience in dating with the girls around him.
Yeah, date the 2, date the 3.
Fuck it. Yeah, man. It's life is about just stacking good times. Like that's all it is. And he's just like, what's he doing while he's actively refusing like opportunities with women? He's just
nothing. Yeah,
nothing.
Cooking. I guess.
Yeah,
I don't. Doesn't really say what else he does for fun.
Right. Yeah.
There's a clip, I don't know if you've seen it, John Cena talking about some of the women he's been with. Have you seen that?
No.
He's talking about how he was getting with chicks like up there, like the guy's like, how big are we talking? He's like, it's like 280, and he's like,
shout out Lizzo. Got that.
I'm keeping it, whatever. Who cares? Her music is ass.
Yeah.
I don't, but yeah, he said something like pretty up there. He said like 250, something like that, something like big.
Yeah.
And it was just funny to not that he doesn't have standards, but that he just doesn't fucking care.
Right.
He's like whatever, like shit. All right,
just slinging it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny, like to be a celebrity, like
just say whatever you want.
Yeah, like
oh, like
it's weird. Like I personally am not the type to like hang on like what a public figure like a celebrity
persona,
says.
yeah.
Right, but like I know a lot of people who are like that, and it's like, dude, this person could sell you a bag of dog shit.
Yeah,
like
no, dude, fucking girls be selling fucking bathwater, bro.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
dude, like as a man,
I feel like I could be wrong because
they put it. It was Sydney Sweeney. There was her fucking yes. So
that's what I was gonna ask because I know that all came from Bella. That was OnlyFans girl. What's her Bella?
I know who you're talking about. I forget her name, but that was a while ago.
Yes, but I thought Sydney Sweeney. I was gonna say Sydney Sweeney.
I think it was. Sure. I could be wrong. I think it was like a bath soap that was infused with her bath water. Something
correct.
Like that.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that's true, but I heard about that,
dude. But like, think of the people buying that. I've never seen anyone.
Some gross people, probably.
I have an image in my head, which I'm sure everyone does, of exactly what these people look like.
I saw something today where since Sydney Sweeney's partnership with Sasquatch Soap went so well that they're looking to do a crossover with Padme Amidala. I don't know if it's going to be
Natalie Portman.
Well, they didn't say Natalie Portman.
They just said Padme.
They just said Padme Amidala.
How the fuck are they going to do that? She's a fictional character.
Well, they might just put like her name, like or like a because the picture was just a picture of Padme, like from the Clone Wars or something.
Okay, yeah. But it was Natalie Portman.
It was her likeness. It was from
right.
It was from the animated show. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't Natalie Portman.
Gotcha.
So I don't know how any of that shit works.
Yeah, what?
I mean, shit. If it's with Natalie Portman, I might have to buy some.
Dude, I wouldn't even blame you. Because that's different now.
Yeah.
We were talking Sydney Sweeney before.
Yeah.
Now we're talking Natalie Portman.
The goat?
The goat.
Sure. Okay, so I think that's it for the
Sounds like a good
Reddit. Yeah, I think that's it for the Reddit stories. We're gonna talk about a few more things to wrap it up. So the first one being, if we continue to do this, we're gonna have to have a name.
Yes.
I have one potential. I thought it was a shower thought, right? Real Bros of Harford County.
I'm dead. That's a good homage. I like that.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Simi Valley?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other ideas? Because I don't know how serious I am about that.
I think I'll need a little bit of time to come up with something.
I was also thinking of a play on like steez, like, but it was always like too long. Like I was thinking like 2 burgers with a side of steez. That's like 8 words.
Yeah. We could have like an acronym for it. What's that? TBWA.
Doesn't flow.
SS.
I can already tell it does not flow off the tongue. Whatever it is.
TWB. Yeah, it's like steez Christ.
Holy steezes. Two bros with steez. I don't know.
2 bros, 1 cup.
Nope.
All right.
No, we're not. All right. No.
Well, skip that one.
Yeah. Leave some suggestions in the comments.
Mm.
You can always do that. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Today's Wednesday. I have
Thursday. Sorry.
Okay.
Got me fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
My work schedule is weird now because of the holiday and shit. But yeah.
Yo, did I fucking... Man, I'm really hoping I didn't have to work today. I think I got my schedule right. Because I work Friday. I'm
Hey, we're cooking. We're in the studio. You are working, man.
It's Wednesday, Tuesday.
Just text your boss. Hey, I did work today.
No. I'm good. No, I'm good. I got it straight.
Yeah.
I was just tripping because I couldn't remember if I worked Tuesday or not. Anyway, but I did. Yeah, so today's Thursday. Plan to have this up by latest Saturday. I think I can finish editing, honestly, tonight, probably, because
Nice.
I probably won't have to do too much cuts. It'll just be a lot of Zoom work that I'll figure out.
Will I get like an insider scoop?
What do you mean?
Like, will I have a view before the release?
If you want, I just don't know. But like, you can't really send like hour-long videos on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so this is gonna definitely go on YouTube. I don't know if we're gonna start out immediately on Apple and Spotify, because to listen to Apple Podcast, you have to have an Apple account that you have to pay for. So I don't know if I can just use my account.
Or if you need like a creator account of some
right.
sort. Yeah.
So and the same with Spotify. Although Spotify, I'm pretty sure, should be free.
Yeah.
But definitely YouTube on Saturday. And that's why I'm saying Saturday, because I will check into the other two sources. But definitely Saturday for YouTube by the latest.
Cool.
Maybe tomorrow if I get through it tonight, because I don't have shit else going on after I get back from my parents.
There we go.
So stay tuned. We're going to try and do an episode every 2 weeks right now. Or if you want to do a week every week, I'm down.
I'm down with that.
I'm just saying for your case, I know you're busy. Like, that's why I didn't want to like force
it would have to be a weekend.
Okay.
But cool.
All right.
So weekly.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
And welcome to the best podcast. And yeah, we'll figure out a name. All right.
Yeah.
I'll see you next week or something.
Cut that.